get a mic to you. It'll be quick, so you guys can have a longer one tomorrow.
All right. Fall camp testing that we did after the summer conditioning program was, one of the better results that we've had. I think we only had tied for the lowest out of 110 guys. That's a pretty good count. So I think the big question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we going to be in 30 days from now? And the goal of camp, obviously, is to get every player to play and compete at the highest level with the most consistency, and to be able to do that over an entire season. So what we do in camp, means a lot. And I think that more and more people are trying to do what we do. More and more people have people from our organization in their organization. So I think it's not what we do. I think it's when we got to do. I think it's very, very important for us to develop the kind of discipline and toughness, and those two intangibles, are going to be very important to how we develop and toughness is not about physical toughness. It's about mental toughness, and to me, it's what's your breaking point. When do you lose your focus, whether you get tired, you get hurt, you get hit, things go well for you. When can you not bounce back and play the next play with the effort and enthusiasm and mental intensity that you need to be able to be successful? And that all is about just about out there, hit their breaking point at some point in time, probably in the last 30 minutes of practice. And it was a great opportunity for us to demonstrate really is, when we had that, and that's what we have to work so that we can sustain. And the discipline that will be able to come with that will help us be able to, supposed to, the way it's supposed to get done, play better technique, and all those things. So, we're trying to prepare our team to, have a unique standard of excellence and how they compete and how they, so, you either endure it or you strive to succeed at it. If you endure it, you're always going to be looking for an easy way. You're always going to cut. You're not going to get where you need to be. If you try to thrive, then you're always going to be thinking of what's next, how do I improve, what do I have to do, need to do better. So leadership on the team probably has something to do with progress with this group as well. So, but I was very pleased with the first day of practice. I thought we had good carryover from the summer. We got a lot of young players that we need to develop and improve, and today was a good opportunity.
Coach, we'll start over here on the left with Chris Walsh.
Guys who are coming off injuries or missed the spring, is anyone limited, and is everyone full go?
The only guy, I guess we had two guys in black jerseys. Ayabi was in a black jersey because he hurt his jaw, but he'll be full go probably by the time we put on pads. He did everything. He just had a black jersey on out of practice today.
Come back over here on the right with Ben.
Where do you feel like the secondary starting out at this fall after losing 5-6 guys there from last year?
Well, that's how we're starting out, just how we finished the spring. And until somebody beats them out, and I'm very encouraged by, the young players. I like 3 young corners that we have. Patrick, Josh Jobe, Jalen Davis, those guys, all are really what we're looking for at that position. Eddie Smith's a young safety, takes a little longer to develop at safety. So how those guys develop will go a long way in determining what kind of depth we can develop in the back ends. But that's kind of where it's at.
Back over on the left with Charlie.
What do you want to see out of the offensive line in camp to get the 5 best guys in the field?
I think we were encouraged by, the guys that we had there in the spring. I obviously think, Womack coming back, who started at right tackle the whole season last year, will add competition at the tackle position. So, whether we play Jedrick at guard or tackle. I mean, there's just after one day of practice, I think, it's like yet to be determined. We want to develop as many guys that can play winning football, and hopefully a few of those guys can play, have some diversity as players and play multiple positions. So
How big has Mac Wilson's, or how much has his leadership grown this season, and how much will that help? We mentioned some of the younger linebackers.
I think that remains to be seen. I think there's quite a bit of responsibility that goes with being a leader. I think you have to have a lot of maturity, you got to have a lot of mental toughness, you got to have a lot of discipline, you got to set a good, they take some strategy out of the game by doing that. So if you sky kick and a guy fair catches it, they get it on 25-yard line. So it takes some elements of strategically out of the game. Why don't you just move the ball back up to the 40-yard line where you used to kick off? So now you can do every onside kick, every sky kick, every squib kick, everything you've ever done. And 60% of the kicks are kicked out of the end zone from the 35-yard line. That would probably go up to about 80%, so you would have even less returns. And then, this gives the return team an opportunity to bail themselves out. Like if you cross-field kick, that's a great strategic thing to do. Well, they don't even have a return. They don't even have to coach a return now. They can just fair catch and get on 25-yard line. I don't think those kind of rules. I just think we could have eliminated some returns a different way with not affecting any of the strategy that goes into playing the game.